I'm Gavin Tartowski, 47-year-old, obsessive-compulsive wearer of tight pants. Been in recovery for about 18 months now.
Yo te vi por los rincones de los boliches puebleros alargando.
I'm a barista at the Dippin' Donuts.
Tus manos siempre tejiendo la vida en el instrumento, encendiendo con sonidos un sol para los cielos negros.
We thank you, non-sectarian, gender-neutral, universal life force, for allowing us this time together. A was a support group that I founded. The letter A stands for Anonymous. Now, we never put another letter in front of that because we never wanted to exclude anyone. We wanted the doors to be open to everyone. Every member that came through those doors did not have any other place to turn to until they came to A.
I've been working in this field for 16, 17 years. And what I do essentially is help people come to terms with obstacles in their life. I think that it's fine to try all sorts of new therapies, different therapies, to experiment with what we do as therapists. Where I draw the line, frankly, is when someone takes it beyond their expertise and they don't have a background in cognitive or other psychologies, and they don't really know what they're doing to the individual.
Step out from time to time, kind of get my...
No, not all of A's members are addicts or obsessive compulsive. In fact, the person that comes to mind is Tad. He's got a condition, actually.
I have a rather large penis, and I'm kind of a small guy, and there's only so much blood, and if I get too excited, I pass out.
What we're trying to do with Tad is focus orientation. And that would be to take whatever thought he's having, say a lewd thought, pornographic thought, turn it into something wholesome, something not erotic for him. It wasn't always easy for me. Growing up was tough. We moved a lot. I had to make new friends quite often and took a lot of teasing. You know, with a name like Gavin Tartowski, that's just like a name that just screams to be teased, I suppose. They used to call me Graveyard, Gravel Head, Gravel Butt. Gravel Fartowski, I guess that was the worst one. Tartar Sauce, Tartar Head, those weren't so bad. But, you know, kids are kids. You know, overcoming this problem was pretty difficult, especially in the beginning. I would try to go to different meetings, and I knew I didn't fit in. And I met other people that I knew that they had circumstances in their lives and they didn't quite feel like they fit in. And so we started talking. And that's where actually A sprung from, was those conversations. One day we just said, you know what, we need our own meeting that's open to everyone. You know, this is not about naming your addiction, but it's about becoming the person you want to be. So that's where we came up with the name A, Anonymous, open to everybody. No qualifiers to get in. If you have a problem, you're welcome at A.
Your presence is with me tonight. Don't worry, it's alright. Tell me what's on your mind. Don't worry, it's alright. Don't worry, it's alright. Your
Benji is a new member to our group. He actually hasn't been to a meeting yet. His mom actually initiated contact with us.
He is an addict. He's a huffer. And the only way he can remain in my house is if he continues to go to A, period.
On a normal day, I huff, detergents, things that just smell good. They're not really harmful. It's more of a feeling. I get a high off of those feelings. So like freshness, spring freshness, my dad's colognes, just a security kind of smell. So I huff the spring fresh stuff and the colognes because it reminds me of my dad.
I think Benji was incredibly affected by the divorce. It traumatized him. He was just, he was out of it. I didn't expect that at all because, Benji knew we had problems and he seemed to always kind of be on my side, want me to be happy, So when I finally made my decision to make my life better and his life better, I just thought he would fall into place, and he didn't. He was just really withdrew a lot at that time.
This was my dad's mask, and it was his persona for Sunday mornings. That's how he woke me up.
When Benji decides to put on the Mexican wrestling mask at his age, mid-30s, I think, what is going on? I do think of his father, and that usually just makes me angry, sometimes a little sad, and I don't really need to be reminded of that at my age.
The divorce was kind of hard on my mom, but it was pretty, divorces are hard. So she took it pretty well, I guess. She got through it.
Benji's father would get up and put on the mask, come into the den and sit down on the couch, and Benji would be there waiting. He knew the ritual. And they would be watching, wrestling together, and it was great at a certain level, bonding and happy, but it always just kind of weirded me out to have that happen, in my house like that. So, and then it really got bad when Benji's father decided he was going to wrestle. He was going to make this real. And Benji sometimes didn't want to do that.
Then he'd snap, and his wrestler would come alive, and, and we spend the rest of the afternoon wrestling. Yeah. So, it's the only thing he left behind. And I've grown into it, Used to not fit so well. And you can still smell his cologne. But yeah, it's kind of like a security blanket, but it's wrapped around my head,
Jenny, I wouldn't call her, I'm not a doctor, but I wouldn't call her like a compulsive liar. But when she starts to tell the slightest little fib or whatever, she just closes her eyes and doesn't realize she's doing it. Her closing her eyes, that's affecting her relationships, her family, her work.
Leroy, would you mind getting our new member a seat?
No.
Thanks.
I'm Benji.
Benji? Hi, Benji.
Hi, Benji.
And welcome. Benji.
I had, a bad week. Kind of forced to come here. So, I don't know, I don't really want to be here. And parts of it are nice. And, anyway, I huff soap, detergents mainly. I clean laundry, and some colognes.
Oh, what about panties?
If they're clean.
No, he's fine. He's fine. This happens this happens a couple. You sure?
Yeah.
Can I get your glass of water?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Anything.
I'm okay.
Tad's in A because, well, his problem, which, I guess a lot of guys wish they had that problem, but I don't think size really matters. That's what my mom told me.